Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off. So, I was beginning to praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Kodash. Double honors, the apostles of great millstone, and honors to you, brothers, doing the work of the most on truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, if you know what English calls God, Jehovah. Yahweh's real name is Yahweh, and his son's true name is Yahushua. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahushua, Ba meaning in, Haminda, and Sham meaning names Yahweh, and the name of Yahushua. This is something I saw earlier on. I found rather interesting because, well, let me read the first bit, right? So it says, bracing for impact, even if Thursday's GDP report shows a second consecutive quarter of negative growth, which, if I'm not mistaken, that is the legal definition of what a recession is, right? It says, you won't hear the Biden admin using the R word. The Council of Economic Advisors is redefining what a recession is. Right, so what is a recession? While some maintain that 2 consecutive quarters of falling real GDP constitute a recession, that is neither the official definition. And you see this person here: war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. Right. And once again, this individual here at the top, right, says when the vaccines failed to do that, right, they redefined what would you call it, a thing is, right? And when you look at it, they've actually changed it like 3 times, in maybe like 2 decades or something like that. Where basically one, it was basically you get it and it prevents, infection, right? Whereas now it's, they completely, screwed it up, right? And now the new one is when the economy fails to grow, they redefine recession, right? Because we are in a period of time now where basically Esau's just coming and making shit up, right? He's basically just coming and redefining what the truth is, okay? But once again, that's why, it's good to understand the kind of individual that you're working with, because you have people out there that will get taken by this man and the things that he's spewing, because they don't understand that he is the devil. Right, this is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14 says, "I know marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." Right, and I bring this one out because when people hear you talk, right, they will, basically just take his word as gospel, right? So while it's still on my mind, this is Sirach 13:23, right? Yeah, when people hear Esau talk, right, they take his word as gospel, man. Right, they're very much under this man's spell, right? So, because I'm sure if we were to go, long enough in the into the replies, which is harder on the web, it's a lot easier on the app, right? But if you was going into the replies, you'll have people that will be in basically trying to say that this guy's going off, right, when all he's doing is telling the truth, man. Right, and you know what the scripture says about telling the truth. This is Galatians 6:14, right? I always get this one messed up. 4:16, so like, this is Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth, right? And this is it. And when it comes to truth, the number one people speaking truth, right, starting off with the apostles on down, right? Which is, the true truth of this gospel, which, cuts all of the lies that this man spews, right? Which this here is another one of them, right? This new speak, right? Redefining, what is true, right? But that is just his nature. Scripture says in Psalms 58th chapter, right? It says from the 3rd verse, it says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." Right, so that's all this man does. All this man does is lie. Right? That's why, for instance, one of the things that he's new speak, I'm trying to think of the word. Right, but one of the things that he's new speak is who the Israelites are. Right, because the scriptures tell you and pretty clearly who the Israelites are and how to identify them in the last days. Right, but guess what? He's flipped that and said it's a group of people that don't fit any of the prophecies. right? And if you question it, there's a problem with you, right? This is Sirach 13:23. This is when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So, for instance, when we go out there and teach, people don't want to hear us. However, when he goes out and says, what anything that we have said, people all of a sudden, oh shit, is that deep? Is that deep? Right, but this is also why people are so ensnared by what this man speaks, because they're looking at this man as the beacon of light, right? But he's nothing but the devil. But when Fauci and them, when Gates and them come out and say stuff, right? Guess what? People want to hear it is what they have to say. That's why so many people went around and took the juice. Right, despite people saying, look, man, you don't want to trust that shit, man, because at the end of the day, this is the devil, right? And the scripture says, right, in which you call the previous chapter, right, never trust thine enemy. Okay. So I was on that. Yeah, nothing else is really coming to me at the moment, but yeah, man, like I said, I just found that interesting because we are literally living in the what was it called in that film, man? During the period of the ministry of truth, right? As that other comment there said, right? War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength, right? But yeah, Lord's order was edifying. Until the next time, we say shalom.